This is WCCO 4 News, Sunday morning.
It's Sunday, August 13th. Fighting continues in the Middle East this morning with a ceasefire deadline looming.
Plus, a warning for all you shellfish lovers. Make sure you know where your fish are coming from.
And it was a dream come true for this VA hospital worker, how he became an instant millionaire.
That is a great story.
Great story.
It's unbelievable how this goes. We'll tell you all about it in a minute.
Very cool.
Thanks for starting our day, your day with us, though.
Absolutely. Good morning. And again, thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Esme Murphy.
I'm John Rieger. You know, we were talking about yesterday, wondering whether we get through the day yesterday without rain. Now the same thing today.
Small shower yesterday afternoon in Golden Valley. I can attest to that, but
I didn't even know that. I knew
Very
that we
small.
had a little bit. Golden Valley, all right. Paul, what do we got around for all the events today?
Esme, our intrepid weather reporter on the spot. I love that. You know, we are not going to get through the day today without rain. I can almost guarantee that. We've got a big area of showers and thunderstorms just west of the metro now, and it's moving in this direction. Let's fire up Storm Alert this morning. We'll get you started right away. You can see that big band of yellows and reds, some locally heavy rainfall just west of the metro now, moving through Carver County into Chaska, Chanhassen, the western edge of the Lake Minnetonka area, and also down through parts of Scott County. All this moving to the northeast rapidly, so the western metro going to get drenched within about just the next half hour or so, and this rain will overspread the rest of us as we go through the morning and through the midday hours. Here's what I'm expecting in the forecast then. The rain moves into the metro by lunchtime today. 74 wet degrees, thunder as we go through the afternoon, and a good soaking rain. We could see some 1 to 2 inch amounts around the metro, and places west of the Twin Cities last night already had a couple of inches, so some 2 to 4 inch rainfall amounts in some isolated spots, especially west and northwest of the metro. That's a good drought buster, and we'll have the rain right here in the metro within the next couple of hours, you guys.
it's hard to get on a Sunday, but we do need it. So
We
need it
much more
badly, so I'm not making any excuses on a Sunday.
All right. Thanks, Paul. Much
right.
more than one day. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Paul. All right, time now to take a look at what's making news this morning. A Minnesota hockey coach is out of jail on bond. 48-year-old Donald Lindstrom of Babbitt was arrested for traveling to Ohio to have sex with a 14-year-old girl he met on the internet. For the past month, police posed as the girl on the internet. Lindstrom is a first-year head girls hockey coach for Babbitt Embarrass. He's due in court on Thursday. Authorities continue to interrogate dozens of people arrested in Britain and Pakistan as they try to get to the bottom of a foil plot to blow up planes. Charlie D'Agata has the latest from London.
Terror plot investigators prevented chaos in the skies, but there's still chaos on the ground at London's airports. At Heathrow, the world's busiest international hub, long lines remain, and up to a third of the flights are getting canceled.
What's occurred now is we've got 400% processing time increase on security. It's leading to huge queues, and inevitably it will lead to further flight delays.
Things have gotten so bad here that airlines are now warning the British government that air travel will come to a virtual standstill unless they get some help providing the beefed-up security measures.
Meanwhile, the investigation into the plot to blow up planes destined for the U.S. using liquid explosives is zeroing in on a key suspect, Rashid Rauf, and his alleged ties to al-Qaeda. After his arrest in Pakistan Wednesday, sources tell CBS News a phone call was made back to the plotters in the U.K. The message, act now before you can be stopped. That led to the arrest of nearly 24 people in Britain, including Rauf's brother. The probe is also looking into Rauf's connection to wanted al-Qaeda operative and explosives expert Matia Raymond. Rauf told investigators he met with Raymond. Pakistani sources say Raymond was thought to be planning a new attack on the U.S. to mark the 5th anniversary of 9/11. And German reports say one of the men arrested had contact with the wife of a German fugitive wanted for his role in the September 11th attacks. Wherever this investigation leads, British authorities say no one should be under any illusion that the terrorist threat has been eliminated.
And we'll be talking more about this story in just a few minutes. We'll talk to airline expert about what this latest threat is doing to their business. That's coming up in just about 10 minutes.
Israel's cabinet has agreed to a ceasefire with Lebanon in about 13 hours, but it started a last-minute push to devastate Hezbollah guerrillas. The Lebanese government approved the agreement yesterday. Even Hezbollah's leader consented. Fierce ground fighting involving 30,000 Israeli troops continued in the south while Israel hit Beirut with at least 20 missiles. The ceasefire goes into effect Monday at 8 a.m. in Lebanon. That's midnight tonight, our time.
Preferably, the fighting should stop now to respect the spirit and intent of the Council decision, the object of which was to save civilian lives.
The UN resolution calls for 15,000 Lebanese troops and 15,000 UN peacekeepers to maintain order in southern Lebanon. Location, location, location. It's a huge factor right now if you're going to eat raw shellfish. The FDA has issued a warning about shellfish from the Pacific Northwest. The seafood could be contaminated with a dangerous bacteria that can make you sick. We checked locally. Restaurants like Ocean Air and businesses like Coastal Seafoods Fish Market are only selling shellfish from other parts of the country.
Even before the FDA warning, we said let's take those off the menu, and so we're safe. And
usually the problem would be a stomach upset, nausea, possibly vomiting or diarrhea. It normally will go through the system in 24 to 48 hours.
Experts think the bacteria is becoming a problem because the water in the oceans is warmer. The Food and Drug Administration says nearly 200 people have gotten sick across the country. Cooking oysters and cooking clams will kill their bacteria. The summer's dry weather is doing more than fry lawns in northern Minnesota. It's bringing out the bears. The State Department of Natural Resources says the drought has left bears short of food. The DNR will be using baits to lure animals back into the woods. So if you're spending your time up north, keep garbage and anything that may smell like food in a secure spot like a cooler. Bear hunting season begins September 1st in Minnesota.
Wow. A Mounds View man is feeling pretty happy this morning. Fred Holland won $1 million after his ticket matched the winning numbers of a promotional contest held at Canterbury Park. The lucky winner works at the VA hospital where he does laundry. Holland says he still can't believe he's getting all that money.
You know, I didn't faint, but, you know, it felt good, you know. It was like, hey, now I can pay some bills, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, it was unbelievable, you know.
And I think he said he's going to keep his job. Yeah. Holland can take a lump sum of $450,000 or take a 40-year annuity. He tells us he'll most likely take that cash up front. All right, it's time to put on some green and celebrate like it's St. Patrick's Day. Irish Fest is going on St. Paul's Harriet Island today, and our Maya Nishikawa is there taking in all the good Irish fun. And on Harriet Island today, everybody's Irish.
That's right, everybody's Irish, Ms. Murphy. On a day like today, actually, I'm told 40% of the folks who come out here to the Irish Fest aren't Irish, but they are having a wonderful time, and we're going to show you some exciting stuff, including some dancing in just a moment. And Bridget Ryan-Ling is one of the organizers of the Irish Fest. I hear you've had a huge turnout, expecting more than 100,000 people this weekend.
We have had an incredible turnout. The weather has been great so far, and even without good weather today, we're expecting great crowds today, so it's been a really great weekend all along.
Now tell us some of the highlights. Of course, we have the dancing and the other performances.
Yeah, we have wonderful dancers from all the different dance schools in town. We've had some really great headlining bands, Gaelic Storm, Scythian, Shanachie, Liam Clancy, really lots of cultural activities. The children's area has been booming all weekend. It's just been a great weekend.
And we want to get to some of this wonderful dancing and show what's going on. These are the Cortimore dancers, and if they want to go ahead and get started here, they're going to show us a little piece. Cortimore dancers from Edina. Just a taste of what you can see today at Irish Fest here at Harriet Island. Coming up a little bit later, we'll have one of the world's most famous Irish storytellers coming up.
All right, thanks, Maya. How cute are those kids? They're great. All right, thank you very much.
It's hard to go from Ireland to Cuba.
Yeah.
Fidel Castro is celebrating his 80th birthday today. And to celebrate, a Cuban paper has released the first photos of the dictator since his illness 2 weeks ago.
Plus, tips for keeping your teens safe on the roads, what parents can do to help their new drivers. That when WCCO Sunday Morning comes right back.
The recent terror plot broken up in London has put airports and airlines on high alert. They've banned pretty much all liquids from flights and added more security checkpoints. What does all this mean for the future of air travel? We're joined now by airline expert Terry Tripler. Thanks for coming in. I know that you've got an important brunch to get to. First of all, we just had mascara. Last night we heard that mascara was off the list. You can't bring that on. You can bring lipstick. Are we going to hear about more things? Do you think that's going to be, is it organized enough now to not know what it is that can be on and off the plane?
It's sort of a fluid situation, bad choice of words, I guess, but no liquids are going to be allowed on at all, and now they will be changing things as we go along. The best advice is, when in doubt, don't take it.
Don't take it. How about, what do you think this is going to do? First of all, to prices. Are airlines going to cancel some lines, or is this going to make it cheaper for people to fly because they're going to fly? Do you want people to induce them to fly with cheaper prices?
That's a very good question, and that's something we're all wondering. Now, United recently lowered fares a little bit for post-Labor Day travel, principally, and that we are at a down season right after Labor Day. And now, if we have a drop in bookings, a drop in advance bookings, we will see the airlines come out with something. They won't come out with it right away, but maybe by the end of the week.
And how about Northwest? The flight attendants have kind of backed off their threat of making a strike. What's going to happen? Is this going to affect the Northwest Airlines situation?
I think that this has kind of broken Northwest's favor in a way as far as giving them more time. I think that Northwest and the flight attendants now are going to have a little more time to talk about it. You know, I bet my brunch they're going to settle this thing.
And what about the time to travel? Are we going to see, is this going to be a boon or a bust for people that are looking for some lower budgeted stuff?
It may be a good time to be shopping around. It may be a good time to think about going. I mean, there's a lot of people going regardless. I'm going to Hawaii in January. Nothing's going to stop me. I mean, I'm not staying home. But there will be some people that will back off, so the airlines may say, okay, we're going to do a little bit of promotional sale or whatever to generate a little bit of traffic. We'll know in a week or so.
And any guesses? I mean, it's hard to guess, but if we find more plots as they investigate this, more possible plots, more plotters, long term, what is it going to do?
There is a point to where the fear factor takes over and people are afraid to fly and they may back off. It hasn't really hit yet, although I do know someone that isn't going to fly now because they're scared to. The hassle factor is also very critical. People go out to the airport and have a problem. You're traveling with 3 kids to Disney World, 6, 8, and 4. Stand in line 20 minutes is one thing. Stand in line an hour and a half is completely different. Right now, they've done an amazing job. The airlines, the TSA, and the airports have got this thing working very well. Let's hope it continues.
All right, Terry Tripler, myvacationpassport.com.
Bingo.
And good luck at the brunch. I'd suggest Eggs Benedict. That's where go. Thanks for coming in early on Sunday.
Actually, I'd like a contest for John Rieger to take 3 kids aged 8, 6, and 4 to Disney World. That's what I would like to see. Exactly. But
the real
our hardened bachelor over there. But anyway, Paul Hunter, watching Terry Tripler and John's interview, behind them, it was getting darker by the second as they were talking. I mean, is there a storm coming any moment?
There is a storm coming any moment, Esme. In fact, it's already raining in the West Metro and pretty hard in some places. Let's check Skyview to confirm that this morning. Lake Minnetonka, yeah, it's coming down out there right now. Spring Park Bay, yeah, this guy's trying to get to shore quickly. There's a little lightning out there, too, so do that. A good, hard downpour for folks in the West Metro right now. Here is Storm Alert, and we can show you where we're at with that camera. Right about here is where that area is out on the upper part of Lake Minnetonka. We'll zoom out now, give you a look at the whole state, and you can see it is raining across a good chunk of Minnesota right now. There is a good band of showers and thunderstorms making its way from southwest to northeast. Just moving into the West Metro right now, Chaska, Chanhassen, Buffalo, raining pretty good out there, and you can also see just up around Coon Rapids and Plymouth, some good downpours. And yes, Esme, this will overspread the rest of the Twin Cities within just the next half hour to 1 hour. Here are weather headlines this morning and what I'm expecting, that rain moving in. It'll be locally heavy with some thunder as well. A good soaker for much of the Twin Cities, 1 to 2 inches possible and then it'll all be out of here by tomorrow. A drier Monday with a cool, fresh breeze. Here's the way it looks as we go through the day. Rain by lunchtime, 70s, maybe even upper 60s through the day. Some thunder in there as well. Definitely a good soaker to be sure. And if you're up at the cabin this weekend, cabin cast today, yeah, unsettled, stormy, upper 60s. So a good day maybe to put the feet up and read a book in the cabin today. Here's what's happening. You can see this slow-moving cloud mass ahead of this slow-moving cold front just crawling its way to the east, and as it does so, showers and thunderstorms firing out ahead of it. That will continue to be the case today. The computers are picking up on that, and they're saying good dose of rain across southeast, much of eastern Minnesota today. It'll all be out of here by the time we get to tomorrow. Temperatures under the cloud cover, 60s and low 70s, and with these dew points well up in the 60s, that's good fuel for some good soaking rains. In fact, it'll be a drought buster for some parts of Minnesota, with highs today really not much getting out of the 70s and 60s across much of the state. So my forecast then, rain and thunder moving in, some of it heavy, 1 to 2 inches possible for much of Minnesota today, 75. Then for tonight, rain and a good soaking at that, 60 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, the rain ends, a fresh breeze, 79, a nice looking Monday. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Beautiful week ahead, highs in the 80s, low humidity to start the week. And boy, we need the rain. We need this good soaking, you guys. So yeah, it's on a Sunday, but boy, my lawn is saying thank you.
Are you reading the diet book?
He
That's
said,
coming up, yeah.
to read the book. Oh, read the book at the lake. I thought you said get some reading it now. I'm sorry,
You know,
Paul.
John, go ahead. Go right
I
ahead.
know.
We'll just, Esme will handle it.
I'm paying attention, darn it all, and nice job with that Lake Minnetonka
amazing
shot
to see
of
that,
pouring rain. And
I think that's where Terry Tripler was going to brunch,
It
too,
is
out of
where
Sunset there, so that may be off. All right, thanks, Paul.
We should have Terry Tripler phone in, you know.
Exactly, phone in reports. How do you keep your 16-year-old safe behind the wheel of a car?
Very, very serious and scary situation for a lot of parents. If you ask the experts, they'll tell you the answer is rules, and lots of them. Karen Lee explains in today's Connecting for Kids report.
So someone pulls up next to you, either their window's open and my window's open, and he's like, hey, you want to race? I'm like, oh yeah, let's race, let's do it.
Last year, Raphael was arrested for street racing.
You know, I open the window, I see the cop next to me, and he says, please get out of the car, you're under arrest.
He was sentenced to community service and 3 months of driving restrictions.
I was only allowed to drive from